Please make a blah 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 blah. Hi there, welcome to How to D&D. My name's Frederick Wheeler and today I am going to review the Elemental Evil Miniatures series. I'm going to do this with the help of John Sheckle. He's been doing a great job helping me out with the reviews on miniatures, so we keep doing that. Busting out the red hat today. I have a thing for red, sparkly red hat. Thought I'd wear it. Better in a box. No, better on my head than in a box. In any case, this is not an unboxing miniatures review. We are just going to show you the miniatures. No unboxing.
Alright, we'd just like to apologise in advance here. This is the Elemental Evil miniatures, but we collectively are missing a fair amount of them because I don't know about Fred's case, but this set just did not do it for me. But we shall go with them anyway. Okay, the first off, we will have the Magnum.
Is it Magnum or Magnum?
Magnum.
Magnum. Yeah, he's very small, he's red, he's black. In fact, he's so small you could just about forget that he was there.
You're definitely not a Mad Max.
No, not at all. Okay, alright, he's gone.
Next up, the Forest Gnome Ranger.
Forest Gnome Ranger has a little bow, a quiver on the back, all in green, white hair. Give you the front view. There we go.
Alright, next up the Sniff Live. I'm gonna,
Here we go.
Get this one right.
The Snifflin.
Yeah, Rogue. Rogue's easier.
Yeah. What is that? Is that a hammer or a pick or something?
Well, I'm not too sure.
That's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Tilly,
back end, long hair, ponytails. A lot of ponytails in these miniatures, have you noticed? Yeah.
Well, it is a girl, so come on.
Okay.
Next up, Fire Snake.
Fire Snake. Never got any of these myself. Never mind, I guess. It's kind of cool. It's a bit weird. Here we go.
Next up, Firebat.
Firebat. So he's cruising in. As a terrible miniature. It looks awful. Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
It's a bat that's on fire.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up, the Pseudo Dragon. Now, I would like to say that I had originally 8 of these. I only have 1 left because if you can't really notice on this, but the stand on this is so thin, it just breaks off so easily.
Well, that stalk is really, really thin.
Yeah.
And it's tall, so it's just waiting, asking to break off, please.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool miniature, though. It's just the stand sucks.
Alright, next would be the Shield Dwarf Fighter, but unfortunately that's one we're missing. So just imagine it as it's there.
Yep.
After that we have the Wolf Spider.
Yeah, that's the Wolf Spider. It's a spider. There's nothing very impressive about it. It's just a spider. Nothing that cool. Sorry guys.
Next up is the Ghoul.
Ghoul. This Ghoul is poking your tongue out, poking its tongue out. It looks like it's also trying to walk into a heavy storm because of the angle that it's having to force its way through the storm.
Yep. Alright, next up would be the Troglodyte. Again, sadly missing it.
I thought you had it in the case, but yeah.
Yeah, I could have sworn I had one as well. But
never mind.
Yeah.
Troglodyte had a spear anyway.
Earth Cult Warrior.
Yeah. If you're running Prince of the Apocalypse, you'll need Earth Cult Warriors. He's got a sort of a jagged club covered in some sort of plate armour, and it's a terrible paint job, and it's not a particularly cool miniature anyway. But moving on.
All right. Next would be the Dread Warrior. Again, sadly, picture missing.
Yeah.
Do apologise.
Yes.
After that would be the Water Cult Warrior.
So shield, long sword that's serrated, funny colour, no armour. How sensible. Yep. Not excited at all by that miniature. Moving on.
Alright, now we'll be going into the uncommons. The Air Cult Warrior.
So, air cults obviously like to shoot people with crossbows.
Well, a lot of them tend to be riding animals.
Ah, okay. And it's got a cloak, it's got some sort of armour, and everybody, all these cultists seem to have like masks of some kind on.
Yeah. Gold dwarf guard.
Yeah, it's a little bit unusual. So, no armour whatsoever as far as I can tell. Just put on her normal clothes, grabbed an axe and hurled herself into battle. Seems like a very sensible thing to do. And 2 ponytails. Dueling
After getting better.
Yeah.
Alright, next up. The white.
Is it the white or the right?
Oh,
Is it the right white?
one of them would be correct, Fred. I'm not going into that discussion.
Sorry,
yet.
I'm stopping. Short sword, a little bit of plate armour on this thing. Not a very nice paint job.
Anyway, now carrying on with what's left.
Okay.
The fire...
Cult warrior?
Yes.
Right, the fire cult warrior, out of all the cultists, I still reckon is the coolest.
Oh yeah.
He's got the baddest ass looking armour, and he's got a spear that's on fire. You would kind of hope fire cultists that have flaming spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like he's ready to dominate everybody. It's a
Feel the burn.
Yeah, I like this miniature, it's cool.
Alright, now we have the Moon Elf Ranger.
Moon Elf Ranger. He's got a long sword, or is it a great sword? It's hard to tell. He's got 2 hands on it. And is that a bow at the back? Yes, he's carrying the bow.
Alright, first of the fun little elementals, the Earth Elemental.
Yes, it's a cool miniature. I like the miniature. It's the wrong size, because I don't believe there's any medium-sized elementals.
It's a baby.
Yeah, but where's the stat block for it?
It's a baby.
Yeah, right. Okay. So it's a cool miniature, but it's the wrong size.
Yeah. Water Elemental.
Water elemental.
I think we put it the right way around.
Is it? It's a bit hard to tell. You could turn it both ways and just... I mean, I could turn it any way. You make your own assessment of the situation. Wrong scale. I like to point out medium size. It should be large.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Druga Warrior or Fighter.
So you've got a big axe. No, big... This. Oh, shield. No, shield and a hammer.
Or hammer.
Sorry, guys. Losing it. Back end. It's wearing chain and plate. That's a good miniature, though.
Next up, Zen Olaf Hightower.
That's an impressive miniature. He does look like, though, he's about to fall backwards. Here's a bow. And... yeah. It's not bad.
Alright, next up, the Puritan.
I've never really liked this. I mean, the miniature's fine. I just never understood it as a creature that you would fight. They seem boring. It's just me. Here we go. Back end. Bye-bye, little birdie. Fly away.
Next up, the Earth Ganassi Fighter.
What the heck are they?
They are part of the elements. So you have the 4 elements, so you'll have each one, and this one's a fighter.
So, I mean, are they sort of like a genie elemental something, or just... I never really understood the race myself.
Yeah, neither could I,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So he's got like a long sword, or a great sword, and a crossbow on him. And he's got some sort of chainmail.
Get in my belly. Ogre!
The biggest, baddest ass looking ogre you can imagine. And I'm just going to move the camera out just a little bit, because you can't really see him very well, because I didn't really position him well for the larger miniatures. Yeah, so there he is. Big bad ass. He's huge. He's probably the best ogre miniature that I've got.
It's one of the better ones I've seen too.
Yeah. Out of the set, it's probably one of the highlights. So if you can get this, grab it.
Next up, the owlbear. Not quite an owl, not quite a bear, but it's an owlbear.
It's an owl bear. It's alright. I kind of like this owl bear. It's cool. I've got a few LBs from different sets, and this is probably one of the better ones.
Next up, Eton. When two are better than one. Well, not in this case.
What they argue. Some of them might even have a relationship with each other. You never know. That could be quite scary.
Especially if one's a female head and one's a male head.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're going somewhere strange now. That's a good miniature though. It's good size.
Alright, next up, the Fire Elemental.
Oh, now, see, this is the size those other water and earth elementals should have been. The Fire Elemental, large size, much better. Not a great miniature for a Fire Elemental, but at least it's the right scale now.
This one's a pubescent Fire Elemental.
Yeah, it's not quite here, not fully developed.
Next up, Air Elemental.
Okay. Yes, another pubescent elemental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen them a lot bigger and a lot nastier.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not going to say which particular series, Pathfinder, but yes, we've seen them.
I'm even going to go past the earlier versions of the D&D minis, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so there it is. That's what you really wanted, was elementals, right? If you're going to play for a box like that.
Solar Angel.
So we have to make sure it's on the cross. Yep. That's a cool miniature. I never got one myself. Although I've noticed that I've got a friend who has a whole bunch of them, so maybe I can trade. So he looks like he's got a... Is that a long sword? So I think it's a long sword.
Holy Avenger. Haha.
Alright.
Hero Sphinx.
The hero what?
Hero Sphinx.
What is a hero Sphinx?
It's a black sphinx, maybe? Believe it or not, I don't know much about this one. It's just a darker sphinx, as far as I can tell.
It's a cool miniature. I don't quite understand what they are myself, and I'm not entirely sure how appropriate it is. I suppose it's a flying creature, and they have a lot of flying creatures in the elemental storyline.
Alright, the classic Griffin.
There we go. Now we're talking. Griffins are good. Yep. And this one looks like it's I don't know, its pose is a little bit odd. It's a decent paint job compared to some of the things we've seen, but yeah. Looks like it's having some sort of panic attack in the air.
Alright, we'll be starting on the rares. First off would be the Air Ganassi Rogue, sadly missing image.
Missing image.
And also the Fire Miradon, sadly missing.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
That's the rares, that was hard to get.
Yeah.
But we do have the next one on the list, which is the Salamander.
How big are the salamanders supposed to be? Because I do remember salamanders being large in the monster manual, and this looks like it's medium size.
As far as I can tell, everything's been reduced by the reduce spell.
Yeah, apart from a couple of key miniatures in the series. Alright, so one salamander. Snake off dude.
Next, Bane of any party, the Basilisk.
You would think something so small could be so dangerous.
Rust monster.
Well, that's true, but no, we're talking about the Basilisk. It's a cool miniature. I had one myself, I just couldn't find it. Yeah.
Next up, the Darkened Beast.
Do you even know what a Darkened Beast is? Because I don't.
It's a beast that's dark.
Right, okay. This thing's flying around. It kind of looks like a bit like a bat. Oh, my voice is going. Look, I'm turning into some sort of strange creature now. Okay. Yep, there's the back end of it. Flapping around. That's green.
Alright. Next up would be the Black Dragon. Sadly, missing Black Dragon. And this is the disappointing Blue Dragon.
Did you say that's a dragon? Is that supposed to be like a baby dragon? Because that is pretty small. It is not impressive at all. Jeez.
No, some of the dragons in this set were really disappointing.
I mean, obviously we had a lot of dragons in the Tyranny of Dragons series, but that's pathetic. Okay, alright. Blue dragon, bye-bye.
Next off would be the Green Dragon.
But we don't have it. Sorry.
And now for something that's slightly better, the White Dragon.
Oh, the white dragon doesn't fit in the shot because it's actually a decent size. I'm going to have to expand, and we'll just move the camera just a fraction so you can actually see it properly.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is a dragon that should be a dragon. Not
That's a real dragon.
Blue dragon.
Yeah, that's a real dragon. We'll turn it around so you can actually get a decent look at it. Side view. Back end. Alright. See you later, dude.
Alright, next up would be the brass dragon, but unfortunately he's off playing with his instruments. Next up, third place, bronze dragon.
Bronze dragon.
See, now this one I kind of like because of the way it's positioned. It looks like it's about to do a wind buffet. It's still a little on the small side, but I like it.
The stalk's a good idea. It looks actually, it's quite tough looking. It's quite heavy duty. For those of you who think that I'm putting this on, it's true. It's just me pretending to have a voice that's fading.
And the last of the set of the rares is the Chimera.
Right. Always good to have a Chimera, particularly one that flies. The background is actually not helping very much with the Chimera, so that's not very helpful. I understand that. I will zoom in so we get a slightly tighter view on it. And that stalk is decent. I mean,
Yeah.
The good thing about the stalks in this series is the stalks are a lot fatter and stronger.
Except for a couple of the small ones.
Yeah, the small ones aren't good, but some of the larger miniatures that are flying in the Elemental Evil series are actually a decent size, and they've got good size stalks.
Alright, and as per usual, they have one of the invisibles just to show you what they look like, if you can see it.
Can you see it? I'm not sure you can. We'll zoom in for you. How's that sound? I'll just move the camera a fraction, zoom in there. Okay, and all the other ones, they're so invisible you can't see them. You know how I feel about invisible miniatures. I think they're a silly idea, but that's just, they produce them.
And the last one, which unfortunately we don't have to use your imagination on this one, the Gargantuan Silver Dragon, which was the one-off unique for the set.
Yeah, sorry, don't have it. I'll give you a shot of the ogre as we finish up. So what did you think of this series? I hated this series.
Rancor.
Is that a little baby
It's
Rancor?
a little baby Rancor.
Go little baby Rancor, turn around. Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't really like the Elemental Evil series, and that's why I bought so few.
Yes, I'm exactly the same. It just, after the first set, this was a bit of a letdown. It just did not feel
Elemental.
Great, yeah.
See, when I bought this series, I'm thinking I'm going to get a whole lot of elementals because it's actually hard to get elementals. And this is what we got. These are the elementals we got. That's what we got. That is not what we were after. What we were after was large size, decent looking, and probably at least one of each. So if I was going to get small size or medium size elementals, well, geez. That's really not impressive at all.
Yeah, just to prove a point, that is one of the older series elementals.
Yep. And to be fair, yes, look at the difference. Oh my gosh. Now if you get the Pathfinder produced a whole lot of elementals.
Oh, yes.
And man, they are so impressive, and they're really cool miniatures too.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, no, this set was a bit of a letdown for me, unfortunately.
Alright, well that's everything from us. We're finished.
Alright, see you all later.
That's everything on the Elemental Evil Miniatures Series review. If you found this video helpful or informative, please share, like and subscribe. Make a comment below if you have any questions on the Miniatures Series. It's an older series released about a year ago, but you can still purchase them. It's not my favourite set out of all of them, but it's not about me, it's about you. And till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Oh my god, how many times can I say this and get it wrong? Apparently a lot. I don't know how many times, but a lot. And I keep doing it. I don't know how many times have I done this? There's a few.